watching. I hope that you enjoyed this look, this everyday basic look that I do, using the neutral browns and all that. Hope that you enjoyed these lip color options that I gave you. Let's get started. I'm going to be using the E.L.F. Mineral Face Primer in Tone Adjusting Green. This makes my face feel so, like, I don't know, like smooth. Really, really smooth, and it feels so silky on the face. I don't use it much on my nose because I feel like sometimes it gives it too much of a slip. Next, I'm going to be using the Benefit Porefessional on my nose. I'm just going to press that into the nose. Once that's done, I'm going to start filling in my eyebrows. I just got them shaped yesterday and they're a little too thin. What can I do about it? You know when you're like, oh, just clean it up, and then they're like, oh, you mean take off half your eyebrow? I'll be using the Anastasia Dip Brow in Ebony. I am not used to having such thin eyebrows. Eyebrows are not twins, they're sisters. Sometimes my eyebrows are cousins, but it's okay. Start out by lining the bottom of my eyebrow, making sure to keep it the darkest on the bottom of my eyebrow. Make sure to put a little bit more pressure because I like the tail to be darker than the inside of the eyebrow. I'm not totally into the ombre brow type thing, but I do not like the inside of my eyebrow here to be too dark. Do as much blending with the spoolie on the outside of my eyebrow as much as I do on the inside. So then I'll bring the line up. I'll flip the brush around and start drawing hair-like lines. There you go. And voila! They are not symmetrical by any means, but that's as close as it gets. Okay, I'm going to prime my eyelids with my Lorac Behind the Scenes eye primer. I'm going to take some on my fingers, dab it together, and then apply. I'm going to be taking the LA Girl Proconceal in the shade Natural, which is a bit lighter than my skin tone, and just dab that on. Whoa, that's a lot of concealer. Take some of that excess onto the other eye because that was a lot. Got a little bit too much on my brush. Ooh, you see that? Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette. I'll be using the color White Chocolate in the Too Faced palette to just set that concealer in place. The colors are going to blend a lot more effortlessly once you set that concealer. Because of the fact that the concealer is a cream product, it is better to set it and then put powder over it so that the other shadows just blend nicely. I'm going to be taking the color Milk Chocolate onto into my crease. The Coastal Scents BRCN06 brush. I believe that it's their natural blending brush. It just looks like this. Tap off the excess and then sweep it into the crease. Just buff it into the crease using windshield wiper motions. I put the crease color into my crease and a little bit above it so that you can actually see the color once I blend it out. Repeat the same step on the other side. So just lay the color down and start buffing it out. I'm going to be taking another blending brush. This is a more precise blending brush. It's dirty, I'm sorry. I use these brushes every day, so but it is the Morphe 433. I'm going to be taking the color semi-sweet into the actual crease. Taking the same semi-sweet color on the chocolate bar palette, I'm just going to be dipping it in very softly, taking off the excess and dabbing it into my outer corner, the V shape. Just pushing it in there. And I'm going to take the Coastal Scents brush that I used for the milk chocolate shade and buff that out. And as you can tell, it looks a bit messy. I'm going to take a makeup wipe and wipe off the side. Okay, I'm going to move back to my face and then we'll finish the eyes later. For my face, I am going to be using the Revlon Color Stay foundation in 240 medium beige. And I don't know if I'm going to be using the normal to dry skin one or the combo to oily. I'm going to be using the combo to oily skin one because my face isn't feeling very dry today and I'm loving it. Dab it onto my face. Take my beauty blender, spray it with some Fix Plus. Dab that on with the rounded side. You really want to push the product into your skin. You're not sliding it all over your face, you're really pushing it in. Kind of like beating up your face. I'm kidding. Do it lightly, don't do it too much. It feels like a gentle massage for your face. That's how I like to view it. Be sure to get in your ears, well, at least by your ears, so that there's not like a line of demarcation. Make sure to get down to your neck. When I take my Real Techniques buffing brush on my neck, I feel like the Beauty Blender is far too slow to blend it down. I'm going to be taking the LA Girl Proconceal in the color Creamy Beige. It is a more yellow toned concealer, which is good for canceling out my under eye circles. Immediately after I do that, I take my E.L.F. small tapered brush that I talked about in my last video and the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder to set that under eye concealer because you want to avoid creasing. Every time you do concealer, you should set it with powder so that it does not crease and move throughout the day. And you should always pat the product in and not swipe it on. I'm going to be highlighting my face just a little bit with the LA Girl Proconceal in the color Natural. This one's a lot lighter than the other one. This gives a little bit more dimension to the face. I'm going to take that same small tapered brush with my MAC MSF in the color Light Plus and set all of that concealer. So again, it doesn't move. Take the Milani powder blush in the color Romantic Rose with a Sonia Kashuk powder brush. I'm gonna just swirl it into there, take some off on the cap, and I'm going to just sweep it on the backs of my cheeks. Totally skip this step if you want to. I'm going to take another small tapered brush and I'm going to take the color Fawn in the Anastasia contour kit just to sculpt out my cheekbones just a little bit more. Use this color right here. I'm just gonna dab it in there. I should have done this first, but I forgot. You know, these little strands are very cute when you're wearing your hair down up, but to contour it, they suck because they're all in the way. Just gonna blend the blush and the contour together. I'm going to take my blush brush that I used, same blush brush. I'm going to take the color Java in the Anastasia contour kit, take off most of the excess and just sweep it onto my forehead so that it's not so like stark white that it usually is. Basically to just warm up the skin. I'm going to be highlighting the skin now, and I can't decide between my MAC MSF in Lightscapade or my Becca highlighter in Moonstone. Let's see how they both swatch. So this is the MAC MSF, this is Becca's Moonstone. They're very similar, but this one is a lot like less bam. No. Huh. I think, you know what? No. I'm going to be using the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone. I'm going to take another small tapered brush by E.L.F. Just dab it in there. Not too much because it gets intense easily. And just put it on the tops of my cheekbones. Take that brush again, the big fluffy one, and kind of blend that out because I went a little too heavy-handed with it. But if you can see, it just gives a very nice glow. The Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone is gorgeous. I'm going to take my finger, dab it into the same highlighter, and put this all over my eyelid. I tightlined my eyes already with the NYX retractable liner in black, I believe it's called. I don't want to film that because it's really creepy. I'm going to be taking my Jessie's Girl liquid eyeliner pen. I just bought this the other day, so I'm kind of testing it out and I want to see how it works. I'm just going to line my eyes like normal. I do pull my skin pretty taut because I have hooded eyelids and the skin is very stretchy. I don't know exactly how to say it, but I do pull it taut, so that's what I'm doing here. I wouldn't suggest it. Just flick out the wing liner and bring it back in. Okay, I'm going to do the other eye because that one is a pain, and I'll be right back. Okay, anyways, alright. I'm going to finish off by putting on some mascara. I'm going to be using the Clinique Lash Doubling Mascara. I have like 0 lashes, but there it is. I'm going to be taking Becca's Moonstone right on the inner corner for an added highlight. Just taking my pinky and running it. Do you see that? Yeah. Taking what is left on my pinky, I'm going to be putting it right under the brow. And there you go. So I'm going to be starting out with the nude. It's a basic nude. You can find it at your local drugstore. I'm going to be just using a gloss. The gloss is named Tiramisu by NYX. It's the butter gloss. It's a very basic nudie color. I'm going to do a swatch for you. It's a darker nude right there. Love these butter glosses. They're super, super, super easy to put on. They aren't very sticky. They literally feel like you're putting butter on your lips. And here is the first look. wipe this off, and I'm going to be adding the Rimmel Top Lip Velvet in the color Meteoric Matte. Meteoric. I'm gonna list it down below. This is like a liquid lipstick type thing, but from the drugstore. They're really, really nice. They go on really smoothly. So here you go. Here is what it looks like with this one. The last lip option that I'm going to give you guys is Ruby Roo by MAC. I'm going to first line my lips with the Jordana lip liner in Plush Plum. I'm going to take Ruby Woo. Thank you so much for watching and sticking around. It means a lot to me, and I hope that you have a great day and that you stay safe. Bye!